Jimmy done told me I was the bomb or something. You know,
Yeah,
like
there
I
you
need
go.
a big headset.
Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmi, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Morning. Welcome to another episode of Habari Live, where we keep you updated with the news, sports, and entertainment throughout the week. Like always, we're all the way live from Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's get it going.
Good morning.
Today, we have an excellent guest in the house, Miss Wisdom Soul. Welcome to the Habari Live.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the
Man.
welcome and the opportunity to be here.
We really appreciate you coming in. Thank you. And it's an honor meeting you. Like I said, when I first met you, I didn't realize who I was meeting. You know what I mean? I mean, you just don't know who
you're making me blush.
You just don't know who you're meeting sometimes. And I didn't know. I'm just treating you like a normal person.
I am just a normal person, and that's how it should be.
You are a big deal in Phoenix hip hop and the Phoenix hip hop, just the whole landscape and the history of where we haven't gotten where we need to get to in the industry. But you have definitely been a pioneer in helping a lot of people get there, and that's definitely dope. That's dope. And we welcome you to the house. Hey yo, can you get my tablet, please?
Yes.
But first things first, I want to ask you, how did you come up with the name Wisdom Soul? What was the whole idea behind the idea for the name, and what came up? What was the idea behind it?
That's a really good question, and I didn't come up with the name. Actually, the name came to me.
Wow.
You know, I would like to say I'm a very spiritual person.
Mm-hmm.
I was on a very spiritual journey at
Right.
the time when I first started showing up, sharing my words with the public. And I say sharing rather than performing, because I don't really feel that it's a performance. I feel that I'm sharing what God put through me to me and for others to help them. So at that time, I was going through one of the hardest times in my life. And I say it's a good question because actually I didn't want to share that too often because I want people to buy the book.
Right.
The book is coming.
okay.
So, but no, so I was going through a very hard time in my life right when I started to kind of move around as a named poet. And all these poets had these great names, these stage names. And I thought, well, I'm going to need a name.
Right.
And I was coming up with some crazy stuff. Like, I mean, I was out there, you know. But I going through that hard time, I was reading scripture every day. Now I'm not avid. I'm not always in church. You know, I'm just a real person, you know, but I am spiritual. I love all beliefs and I respect all of them. But I was reading the Bible every day during that time, trying to get something, trying to fuel myself with something. And at that time, you know, when spirit, God, Allah, Elohim, Yahweh, whoever it is that you call the supreme being, when speaking to you, you just know, you just know. So at that time, I just happened to open the Bible and there it was Proverbs 3, wisdom.
Wow.
And I felt it so in my soul. It penetrated me so deeply that it brought tears to me. And I said, are you speaking to me? And I was like, no, you know, I tried to run. She's fine. She's great. She's like, it's my time to shine.
It's me.
But anyway, so it jumped at me and it pulled me. And then I thought, wow, how arrogant of me. But you know, in Proverbs 3, wisdom is spoken as a female term. And I said, well, that's arrogant. That's not who I am, you know. But every time you try to run from wisdom, you know, especially if it's God given, you know, you're fooling yourself. You can't run from what Creator has instilled in you. So I've tried to run 3 days after that. And the number 3 is very significant with me. 3 days later, I had a brother from the nation of 5% come to me and say, hey, this is you. And he broke down the supreme mathematics of a knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And he said, wisdom, that's you. That's the female, that's you. So it was at the confirmation 3 days later, you know, as they say also, you know, Jesus rose in 3 days. It just was really wild to me. And I never really was all into that at the time, but it did. It resonated. So I started using the name and it just happened. And everything that is shared with me, well, most things when I speak poetry is wisdom. It is, you know, some knowledge that I've applied or that
Right.
I've learned and turned into wisdom. And again, it's not me.
Hmm.
I just let spirit use me.
Wow.
And that's what now, because I felt like it was so arrogant, I was like, I just didn't feel comfortable for so often
Right.
and for several years. So I added soul to it because I'm like, this is my wisdom and I'm speaking from the soul.
Right.
So I used wisdom soul and infused the two.
Wow.
Less impact, less arrogant,
Hmm.
because it's definitely not me.
But it's just it connects your persona though.
Thank you.
It's it really encapsulates who you are.
Thank you.
And I think it was a great choice because you just have this soul, this wisdom about you, this aura about you that you just feel it. You just feel it. And I just, when I first met you, you guys were at the gym and you were doing you was doing your yoga and stuff, and you really had the kids really getting relaxed and learning about the yoga and things like that.
Yes.
How did you get into that lifestyle, and what was your mind opening things that led you to start helping others to
Yes.
get into that lifestyle?
Well, I always say again, a spirit. Everything is. I've just been moved.
Hmm.
Even when I didn't choose to. Just the different things in my life. I have 7 specialties in holistic wellness,
Wow.
and that all came to me again after following hard time in my life, trying to find me. Ever
Hmm.
since I was a child, I was always a seeker,
Hmm.
and that's why I respect all beliefs, religions, and whatnot, because I think we're all trying to get to the same place. And I was led down many different paths, studied many different spiritualities,
Hmm.
just trying to ask for answers for
Right.
myself. And so yoga was just kept moving in my spirit. I did try to attend a yoga class. My daughter, actually, my youngest daughter said, "Mom, let's take yoga together."
Hmm.
And I said, "Well, you know what? I've never done yoga." And I said, "So I'm just a teacher by nature."
Right.
I said, "Let me go ahead and just learn how to teach it at the same time I'm learning it so I
Wow.
can give whatever,
Right.
again, spiritually directed." I didn't
Yeah.
know. I had no idea. And then now I do yoga to calm the crazy. So
Man.
I help people,
Yeah.
because we have a lot of crazy going on.
Definitely.
Really, we all have a level of crazy. So, and it helps to just tap in,
Hmm.
breathe, and excel.
Man, I mean, it's so relaxing, and I think for kids, it's a great um, way to get into just relaxing,
Yes.
being able to meditate,
Yes.
just getting into those type things and realizing, there's a better way to figure out how to get out of anger situations,
Exactly.
to figure out how to calm yourself down. And
Exactly.
those things are very important because you don't learn those things as a kid, and how you can't control your emotions as a youngster.
Right.
And it's just those are great ways to teach kids to get into that.
Exactly.
So I was wondering how did you and Bridget you want to go into commercial? Let's go to a quick commercial. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching.
Just because they try to.
Welcome. A couple things.
Has
And back, everybody.
Welcome back to Habari Live. We got Wisdom Soul in the house. Let's talk a little bit about you. I wanted to talk about your ethnicity because I didn't know this, that you were half native. I didn't know that. That was, I mean, just meeting you, I didn't know. So talk about a little bit about that journey as in your life being native and black in America. How was I know you've seen it for both sides,
Yeah.
from us and from the other side. So how
Yes.
how was it, and how did you let other people know that, hey, this is my culture and this is what I am?
Right. Well, the funny thing that you had mentioned when we talked about poetry earlier, how the name Wisdom Soul came, being part, coming from two backgrounds. My very first piece that I shared was
Hmm.
called "Who Am I,"
Wow.
and it broke it down as to 400 years ago, I am a Native American, and I
Wow.
go into speaking about how we were free and
Hmm.
we hunted buffalo
Right.
and how our ancestors did in the ways
Hmm.
of our ancestors.
Right.
And then I went to the other half of, I 400 years ago, I'm African, I'm
Right.
African,
Right.
and then similarities in both concepts.
Hmm.
One, Africans were taken from Africa and brought enslaved and brought over here.
Yep.
Same with Native Americans, enslaved and put on reservations. So
Hmm.
I feel like I come from the best of both worlds,
Yeah.
two best worlds that through the struggle,
Right.
through the spiritualities, through the learning your ways, your ancestral ways, and
Hmm.
then being reconditioned. So a lot about, honestly, about being Black in America. Um, I grew up very native. I grew up very native. We're
Wow.
from New York City. My mother needed to leave the city. We left the city. We moved to a Indian reservation in
Wow.
Montana, where I gained a good portion of my spiritual grounding.
Wow.
It did start with my great aunt in New York, but my spiritual grounding in Montana. My grandfather was a medicine man,
Wow.
and learning the ways of the shaman, learning, just it was a way of life.
That's so
So
interesting.
the similarities, I didn't
Right.
really start studying Black culture until I got a little bit older and
Hmm.
more savvy of, and also still seeking,
Right.
well, what does this mean? What does it mean to be Black? And the
Hmm.
struggles are very much the same,
Definitely.
very much the same. And anybody that's indigenous, if you're uh, brown in color,
Hmm.
or I could even say Asians, the same
Definitely.
struggles, same hardships, the
Hmm.
same, of course, I do feel that Black and red have really taken the
Yes.
beatings and the,
Definitely.
trials and
The
tribulations
brunt
at
of
an
most of the
intense,
pain
right?
of this
Because we
country.
can,
Hmm. Yep.
and that's how I feel, is because God doesn't give us more than we can handle. It's
Mm.
because we can endure that,
Right.
and we're stronger. We're a
Yeah.
stronger nation. So unfortunately, we had to take the worst of it.
Wow. And I remember I watched your interview with Just Give Me Five, and
Mhm.
I'm really familiar with my guy's show. I watch him all the time. He's a great guy.
Shout out to Mr. Miranda.
Mr. Dave, he does
Yes.
really good with his show. I love his visuals, and just watching that, and just watching how you were how you came into poetry,
Mhm.
and that was your first piece, right? The piece that you just spoke of, Who I Am.
That's the one I shared publicly. I've been
Okay.
writing most of my life, been writing ever since I could write.
Oh,
I
okay.
started sharing poetry at 9.
Wow.
And so that piece actually was about, that piece was called Who's Number One, or We're All
Okay.
Number One.
Right.
And again, the same synopsis, same thought process.
Hmm.
As a little girl, that same thought process is, we're equal.
Right.
Stop trying to divide us, kind
That's
of thing.
real.
And then defining, when I came to publicly performing as an adult, when
Hmm.
poetry became something in on the surface. Now, when
Right.
Russell Simmons started, that it's like, well, we've been
Oh,
here all our
right.
life. I've been a poet all my life. We were
Right.
weird. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Nobody was embracing poetry. We were nerds,
That's
kind of
real.
thing. Yep. And so at that time, well, let me redefine who I
Hmm.
am. Let me let you know who I am. This is who I am. This is where I come from.
I mean, it's so powerful. I mean, just to know at that age that you have the power to be able to put words out and change people's lives and perspective.
I had
And
no
I
idea.
mean, it's
I'm
crazy.
serious. I had no idea. I did it because it just came to me, and it was my therapy, and it set me free.
Hmm.
I had no idea that it was going to make the impact that it did, and that I've had the opportunities that I've had.
Right. And it's
Grateful.
taken you on a great journey throughout
It
your life. I
has.
mean, you've seen so many things. I'm just watching your interview with him. I'm just like amazed on all the places and things that you were able to get to and see. And you went into dance. You have history in dance. You have history in art, singing. Um, so I mean, it's crazy all the history that you have, and then you've also managed artists around here.
Yes.
Helped a lot of artists and artists that's doing pretty good right now. So how do you feel? You don't hold that like you're like this big deal around here. You just walk around like you
I'm not. I'm just
right.
me.
You just doing.
I'm just doing me. I'm just, I think that I'm really walking in my purpose. And
Hmm.
and to be honest, a lot of times I don't even know what that is.
Right.
I'm still asking, what is my purpose here? What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? So, um, uh, poets do not get paid a lot of money. I mean,
Right.
there are some that do, yes,
Mhm.
and that's where I crossed over more into acting as well. I
Right.
do poetry plays, but I just do it because I love it. I love people. I love everybody. Don't like everybody,
Yeah.
but I love everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so if I could do something that uplifts one person, then I've done what I was supposed to do. So that's
Right.
just how I look at it. I don't really managing all of that came way before I started sharing poetry. I
Right.
like live in as an adult. That
Mhm.
just was my life. My parents were both artists and just living the artist life, just being,
Right.
me.
So,
That's all
man,
I
it's
can
so
say.
interesting. I mean, growing up in a multicultural home with different type music and things that were you guys growing up listening to native
Yes,
music and
everything.
different tunes and everything from that
Yes.
culture?
Yes,
That's amazing.
my father, unfortunately, departed from our lives at a
Mhm.
very young age. I was only, 5 years old, 6 years
Mhm.
old. But my father played every instrument there was, but his forte is Native American flute, where he actually
Wow.
makes Native American flutes and plays them.
Wow.
And to this day, he's in his 80s, he still makes flutes
Wow.
and plays them. So,
That's
and he's an
amazing.
artist, sculpts
Right.
and does stuff like that. And my
And it's
mother
dope.
sang, and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because those things, you don't want to lose them.
Right,
There's
indeed.
so many things that get lost.
Right.
And you want to keep those things alive and knowing
Yes.
that people still build and still carve those
Traditions.
traditional.
Exactly.
That's love. That's
And
what
we
it's about.
embrace all cultures, as you said, because I
Mhm.
listen to everything. Like, we were big on classical.
Yeah,
Classical played,
it's
and that
beautiful.
that is really a way to tap into self, to
Mm.
calm
Yeah.
things down. You were speaking about the children. It helps
Mhm.
children learn more about creative who they are. There's so many gifts inside of us.
Yes.
And if we start with them, which it needed to start with us,
Mhm.
it will change the world. And I believe today's children will change the world.
I do too. And I really believe that we need to get more into teaching music.
Yes.
I was listening to a Miles Davis documentary,
Yeah.
and these guys just listening to him how they read music and how
Yes.
they felt music
Yeah.
and how they created music. We're not creating music anymore.
Right.
We're
But then
creating the
also,
words, but these guys
Yes.
created the notes, the feeling, the
All the
everything. You
feeling.
know what I mean? And
Yes.
I just wish we can get back to those days because it was
right.
so
But
beautiful.
at the same time, speaking on that, us
Mhm, mhm.
teaching music and and having children being able to read
Right, right.
sheet music and
Yes.
write
Yes.
sheet music,
Mhm.
that has to be brought back into the
I
It
think
really
so.
schools as well.
does.
For
Because
real.
when I was in school, when we were in school, we had band class,
Right.
choir, we
Yes.
had all these
Yeah.
things that we could learn to play real instruments.
Mhm.
We could learn to use
It's
our
important.
voice in an
Yes.
a cappella tone.
Yeah. It's important.
But
Yes.
these kids
They don't
now,
know.
they
They
don't
just
do it.
rap. They just rapping. And that's the thing that's been lost. Electronics is doing that. A lot of the electronic
Yes.
stuff is taking it away. It does make it easier for us. But what is it taking away from us? What are we not
Right.
learning about
What
real
what
music?
skills are we losing?
Definitely.
Indeed. Because in the rap industry today, which rap means rhythm and poetry,
Right.
and half of them don't even know that.
Don't even
They
know
don't
that.
know. They're really not rapping. They're just what I say spitting. They're
Right.
just whatever's coming out their mouth.
Mhm.
And which is actually a good way to release is just whatever comes to you. It doesn't matter
Right.
if it makes sense, just come out. But think about what you're thinking about. Say mean what you say
Right.
and say what you
Right.
mean,
That's
and that's what they need to learn.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the lost art of writing is
Yes.
gone because people they want to
Yes.
just write these quick little 8-bar songs and they just repeat the same thing over and over. They don't really
Exactly.
think about their
Or
lines.
they
They
do
don't.
4 bars and repeat it.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, what do you think is your most important poetry piece that you have written in your
Wow.
lifetime?
That's real heavy. I mean, because there's so many that are so equally important.
Hmm.
One, who I am, always redefining and defining who I am. That was who I am, part one.
Hmm.
Who I am, part two, went into much higher level.
Wow.
It's more. I think it's very powerful
Hmm.
because to me, I invoke the spirit of God. I believe it just and I am the revolution,
Right.
today's evolution,
Hmm.
yesterday's horizon, tomorrow's sun rising.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The new dawn, the new era, the now
Right.
Mecca. It has so much more power behind it as saying this is defined of who we are as a people.
Right.
Anybody going through any type of challenge of who you are. Tap in spiritually and discover who you are.
Man.
Sit still and listen. And that's what we have a hard time doing, sit still and listen. We're so busy doing and moving rather than, and me as a Gemini, I'm always, I do so much, as you well know, but I've had to learn to sit still and listen and really tap in, and then you'll find you.
Yeah. I think a lot of people got to take that time. And sometimes you just want to keep reacting.
Yes.
Instead of coming out of the way to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward as yourself. And it's kind of hard to figure that out. It takes time.
It takes. I'm still learning.
That's real.
I just
That's
had
real.
a birthday. I'm still learning.
Still learning.
You don't stop learning. You don't stop growing. If you do, somebody had once said, if you do stop, it's over. You may as well die. If you stop learning, you die. You know everything. You know everything.
Real.
So what else is there?
That's real. I agree. So how did you and Bridget connect? How did you guys get connected and start working together?
Well, actually, I've knew Bridget 30 years.
Wow.
I met her in another country.
Wow.
So for those of you who don't know, it's Bridget Pettis, former WNBA, left a life of legacy to start another life of legacy, get back to the community.
Yeah.
So Bridget and I met 30 years ago in Turkey.
Wow.
In Istanbul, Turkey.
Did she play over there?
Yes, that was her first year in. My daughter's father, his first year professional basketball was in Turkey.
Okay.
And so I went over and there's 2 Americans per team. So all the Americans hung together.
Right.
And then especially if you have us, you have people of color, you got Black people.
Right.
We're all going to migrate. We're all in another country. We don't know what's going on.
We got to.
So we connected and we kind of had this little family and we go out to eat together and break bread and just have fun.
Yeah.
And so that's where I first met Bridget and we formed this bond. And then when she came to Phoenix and played for Phoenix Suns, I was like, what are you doing in Phoenix? So many years later, but it just came around 360. So she's my friend. She's my sister friend
that
first.
Is cool.
And then just hanging with her and again, going through changes in my life. She has the garden now. She feeds the community.
Oh, she's amazing.
So I go down to the garden and just started finding that calming again, reconnecting, planting my feet in the soil. She'd be like, come on over here and help me plant these seeds, and it helped me regroup, reconnect to me.
Right.
And then, so just hanging out with her a lot. I call her B. Right. So I say, thank you for allowing me to just be today.
Right.
And that's what it is. I just be, thank you for being,
Man.
And so, after a while, just spending time with her and, she watches I have a little Chorky. She watches my little Chorky when I leave town or whatnot. So it's been really great. And then when I came back, she said, I think I want to bring you on board.
Wow.
Because I said, how do I help you? What do you need?
Right.
Just as her friend, what do you need? I love what you're doing. What do you need? She said, I want to bring you on board. So it wasn't until, after a while, kind of defining, well, what am I doing? So whatever she needs, whether it's a Project Roots LLC, if she needs anything there. I mean, anything. If it's Bridget Pettis Foundation, which is really what I mostly focus on, being her assisting her.
Right.
And, helping with the kids. As a matter of fact, as soon as I leave here today, she's got a 3-on-3
Yeah, she got the 3-on-3 going on.
3-on-3 down there. Yeah.
Man, I just want to say something. We really appreciate Bridget and Angel and all you guys for letting us come out and film. We got 3 hours of film from the camp.
That was fun.
It was.
We finally got through all of the footage, and it came out to 3 hours.
It's so much footage that we're still going through. That's why we haven't posted the video yet, because it was so much, man. And we had like 3 days of filming. We're going to come. It's going to be a really good video when we get done. But it's going to take us a while.
I know.
And we got it was like close to 2,000-3,000 photos on top of the footage.
Yeah, we have a lot of footage to go through. We really appreciate you guys, though, for having us out. It really made us, we was a big learning experience for us, you know what I mean? Because we haven't been in those type situations yet. And just the more we get exposure like that, the better it is for our company.
I can't take credit for any of that. She grinds. I mean,
right.
That's her and Angel. I mean,
Angel,
they really put that together. They formed, the camps during COVID, to give the kids something. And, they just kind of started out with an idea, and it's growing and it's moving. And, hopefully, in whatever way I can assist too, I'd like to find them in other states. I've already had Michigan reach out. I have a personal friend over there who's actually going to be running for Senate in Michigan. I believe she said next year, within the next 2 years at least. And speaking with her, she's like, how can we bring this over here? So anybody, if you're listening, you're in another state, you want to bring the Bridget Pettis Foundation. And it's all about offering underserved,
Mm-hmm.
the less privileged, our kids,
Right.
that don't have the resources, giving them
Mm-hmm.
free basketball camps,
Man,
skills and drills, yoga,
man,
plant-based eating,
it's
healthy
amazing.
mind, body, and soul.
Man,
So, definitely reach out to the Bridget Pettis
please. Please
Foundation.org.
do.
Yeah.
They are amazing. I love everything Bridget is doing. I'm
Amazing.
100% behind it. I mean, what she's doing for the kids, teaching them healthy cooking, healthy eating,
Yes.
getting the yoga into the
She
kids.
loves
It's
them.
And
oh
just
She
man,
loves
teaching
the
them how to
kids.
man, she
grow
does.
their own
Right,
Yes,
food.
right.
yes,
The importance
exactly.
of growing and harvesting
Yes.
what you plant.
And another thing that's amazing is just seeing her youth out there.
Yes.
She looks like another one of the kids out there
She
running around,
is.
man.
Look,
And
she is. I hang with her. I'm like, man, where do you get the
She
energy?
has just as much
I don't know
energy
where
as
she
the
get the
other
energy from.
kids.
And she
It's
tells you,
amazing.
I stay active. That's what she says. I stay active. I
Man,
say,
it is
man, Bridget,
amazing.
actually, she came to me when she first went into yoga because I was
Wow.
really in it
Mhm.
deep at that time. And she said, what do I do? And she just surpassed me. And I can't keep up. She's like, sis, come do yoga. I'm like, it's too hot. It's too good. It's just, I have an excuse, but she's
Right.
amazing. And she's, I mean, we're over 50.
Man,
I'm a little bit older than her, but we're over 50. But
wow.
she can still ball.
Man,
She can still
no, she
ball.
can. I saw her.
Nobody
Yes, she
can.
can.
I'm looking at her.
I'm shocked on the court looking at her
I'm looking at her.
Yeah.
Hey, but both of you guys,
Thank you.
you guys look great.
Thank you so much.
I know you've been on a health journey your whole life, and you made a lot of changes throughout your life and everything. And I want to give you applause for that too,
Thank
because
you. I appreciate it.
I know how tough it is. It's tough, and
It is.
yeah, man, it's tough. And you know, I
It's
know
true.
you went through yours too. So
Yeah.
we all try to get better, man.
We all do.
Mhm.
And if we can we always had a motto with my fit family, what I call who help really impact my life.
Mhm.
1% better every day.
That's real.
1%. If
Yep.
you're 1%.
Mhm.
So it's all mine. It starts in the 100% mindset first.
It's so beautiful. And before we take this quick break and get into the news, I want to ask one last question. What was the leading thing behind starting to do the spiritual teaching and structural helping others? What was your main reason to start doing that?
Well, as I was saying, I never really think of myself as spiritual teaching. I guess
Mhm.
I just coach people. I just
Right.
help them whatever journey that they're on and help them to see themselves. But through the hard time of my life, I went through a very, very traumatic experience that I could have actually went away for a long time,
Wow.
and it shook me. But I think that's the wake up call. I think and I was put in a position to see other women
Mhm.
who made decisions that weren't the right choice at the time,
Right.
and to see where your life could go,
Mhm.
and then the impact that you can have to stop. We have to stop.
Yeah.
And I want to speak to the women and say, we are the backbone.
That's real.
We are definitely the backbone.
Yeah.
We have to remember that.
Mhm.
We have to remember who we are. So
Mhm.
whatever it is that you can do to tap into your spirituality, tap into yourself again, reconnecting, remember who you are, where you came from. We are
Yeah.
children of God, and that's what it is first and foremost. We
Mhm.
love hard, we hurt harder. So just remember the love that's already innate within you. And
Mhm.
that's where it came from. I was like, I got to do something. I
Right.
need to figure out a skill. And to be honest, it's kind of funny because at the time I had a lot of skills, but not the kind of skills to survive in the atmosphere that I was
Mhm.
in. So I needed a skill. Like, what would I do? What do I have to do? And that's where I became this. I've always had a love for cooking as well.
Right.
And so it just, again, gifted
Mhm.
in that area.
Yeah.
And that's where I excelled in feeding the nutrition,
Mhm.
body and soul.
Man, it's so beautiful. Just the way like I said, your name is perfect because you just you secrete wisdom. I mean, it's just coming out your pores, and it's just the way you speak, and it just rolls off your tongue. It's so
much. You got
beautiful.
tears coming from my eyes. Thank you. I humbly accept it. Thank you
For real,
so
man.
much.
You're a great, 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 great person. I love you. Everything you guys are doing, man. And we're gonna always be following and supporting because that's the type of people we try to be. And we're gonna talk more with you. We're gonna get into Habari news. Let's take a quick break, bro.
All right.
Just because they try to
Welcome over a couple things.
Has
and bag everybody.
this week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by...
All right.
No one.
Sponsored by no one right now, but if you go to HabariEntertainment.com, you click on the head of the site at the top, you can go to Naked Nutrition and buy some of their naked cookies, which you love. 15% off your first purchase, and every purchase after that goes to help Habari Entertainment for we can get some new cameras and stuff, nice stuff like that. So hit us up. All right, we're about to go through some news here. Just a couple of things that's been happening through the week. The biggest story this week has been this catastrophic implosion of the Titanic sub. I've went over, I've read a lot about this, and a lot of people are like over it, and I understand it's a big story, but some of the things I want to talk about is like, did you guys know that it took 70 years to find the Titanic?
Mhm.
I didn't know that. 70 years. They didn't find the actual boat into 1985.
Mhm.
And the guy used a remote sub to find it.
But did he? I don't think he piloted that sub.
No,
It was
remote.
a remote.
Yeah,
Nobody was in it.
nobody's dumb enough to do what these dudes was doing.
Right.
One of the main things that they did that got them killed is this carbon fiber that they used.
Yep, the carbon fiber.
Instead of
and
using
the titanium.
Right. Instead of using what everybody had been begging him to use,
Steel.
he wouldn't use it. Everybody was telling him that that he's gonna kill someone. He wouldn't listen. He was just straight up just like, hey, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Many people told this dude that he's going to get someone hurt, and he straight up was just like, I know more than you guys. He didn't think that the regulations that were put into the subs were needed. He thought that we can go over those things and be okay.
He thought that the regulations that were in place
Mm-hmm.
were hindering
Yeah,
innovation.
right. Regulations are hindering. These regulations are keeping people alive, bro. This is the reason why they're there. Someone died to get that regulation there.
Right.
Best believe people don't put regulations just to make your day hard. Someone passed away. It's usually how these regulations are usually in blood.
Case.
Right. It's not, they just not putting it in there to mess with your life.
Right.
So they figured out that by the amount of the square pounds, what is per inch, that's the pressure per inch that's going down. You have to have something that's really thick glass. I think they were saying,
Yeah,
like, if you even have 7-inch glass, you lose, it goes in 2 inches just going down there because of the pressure. So you have to have really
the pressure of the submarine was only supposed to reach, like, when they went down, they was only supposed to go down 4,500 feet.
Oh,
that was the tipping point for them. But dude said, all right, I'm going past 4,500 feet. And he went down 12,000 feet.
He had, they said it's 16,000 feet from the bow of the ship wreck.
Okay, so it was 16,000.
So,
at first I heard it was 12,000.
Yeah, man, they were tripping. I mean,
but he takes it down 8 times the
right
what it was supposed to go.
But I mean, he put his life in danger. But the thing, he should have did it by himself.
Right.
He shouldn't have put other people on their boat. And and he was hitting other people up, and this father and son, they turned him down. He said that he was offering them $250 at first, and then he cut it down to $100,000, and they were still like, "Nah, we see too many problems." So it went on into the what it was. They were from Pakistan, father and son.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's sad, man. It's just that when you got to listen to people, man. That's the biggest thing.
And they had multiple former passengers and former employees that worked on it said it wasn't safe.
That it's not safe, and he's not listening to anyone. He's like, "Oh, y'all stopping my, y'all hating."
That's crazy.
Right.
That's exactly how he looked at it, like, y'all hating.
Y'all hating. And you get down there, now it implodes on you, bro. And you take 3 people with you, 4 people with you that trusted you.
Right.
They trusted that you knew what you were doing, and you put them people's lives in your hand. And now, that's it's sad, man.
Sometimes your own perception can miscrew who the real haters are.
That's for real, man. I really take it as this was an egotistical situation. that got these people killed. His ego, not wanting to listen, thinking that he knows better than everyone else. When people who's been down there, the guy um, from the Titanic movie, he said people were telling him over and over again not to do this.
Yep.
And he's like, dude, I did it 30 times. I know what you can and can't do to go down there. But they didn't want to
He ain't
listen.
gonna listen.
So let's bring up we got this Hunter Biden. Now let's bring him up. Um Hunter Biden alleged WhatsApp message. It fuels GOP assertion of corruption even after a plea deal. The Justice Department 5-year probe into, they've been on this man since Biden got into office, man. They
Since
all
before Biden got into office, they've been on this.
they
man.
all over old Hunter Biden, man. Dog. But anyway, they said the launch. I mean, this week the conclusion should be at the conclusion to the probe after a plea deal came that would likely allow President Biden's 53-year-old son to avoid prison, but that hasn't stopped the Republicans from leveling fresh accusations of corruption against the president and his family. So they'll be going against the dude again to try to get him again, even though he just did a plea deal. GOP lawmakers on Thursday released transcripts from the two IRS whistleblowers who together complained in April that the Justice Department sabotaged investigators' effort to level harsher penalties against Biden. I don't know why they want this man locked up, but that's what they're on, man. So they're gonna do everything they can to try to get him out of there. We got James Gromer. He's gonna lead the oversight committee to try to figure out ways to get Hunter Biden locked up. This is where our taxpayer money is going. You know, it's insane. We got kids, we got people starving, we got homeless. They wasting all this money trying to put this dude in jail for made up offenses. He's not going to go to jail regardless of what you guys get him for. He's rich. They already know what he's gonna do. He's gonna sit in jail for 2 months and then somebody's gonna pardon him.
Right.
Something's gonna happen. He's gonna get out. So it's just a waste of tax money, man. Just with this bull. I wish that that they would focus on something that's worth getting done. But we have
Like
a
gun reform.
Congress full of Republicans, and they just want to play games. So this is what they do. All right, man. We're gonna bring up the 3M story. 3M, they had agreed to pay $10.3 billion settlement over claims it polluted drinking water with forever chemicals.
Wow.
It's bad, man. 3M announced Thursday it has agreed to pay the $10.3 billion settlement in response to allegation in polluted water in towns and cities across the United States with toxic chemicals. The company, which makes several consumer products, including command strips, you know what they make, said the settlement would be paid over the course of 13 years after public water suppliers detected PFAS in drinking water. PFAS, which stands for per and polyfluor, I don't want to do it, substances, and non-made chemicals that were first used in manufacturing in the 40s. You already know it's bad.
Right.
It was used in the 40s. Yeah, that word is crazy, bro. I don't even know. But
it's one of those words that's like, if you can't say it, you don't need to be ingesting
it's
it.
poly, yeah. And yeah, man, it's all bad, dude. I'm happy that they are holding them accountable. I wish that they would do this more often because these companies are the ones that's causing all this asthma and all these kids, all these problems that people are having, all these cancers that's popping up everywhere. These companies 9 times out of 10 are the reasons why we're having these issues.
Yep.
And we have to hold them accountable, man. So I really like that they're doing that. We got last one. We got a fire with the Nikola electric trucks in Phoenix at the headquarters. They say foul play is suspected because there's like 5-6 trucks that caught on fire.
Yeah, but I think that was Nicola that was saying they suspect foul play.
Well, we don't know, man. They've been having problems with fires a couple times. I think it's happened so far. So they said foul play is suspected as a vehicle was seen in the area of the affected trucks just prior to the incident, and an investigation is underway. They says a car was around the area. So
But
we
how
don't
many
know,
other
man.
cars?
I don't know. Only thing I know is that they're gonna have to figure out a better way to put these fires out with these electric cars.
Yeah.
Because they're a problem.
Well, given that we are in a time where electric vehicles are becoming more and more accessible, more affordable, and we're going away from gas vehicles.
Yeah.
Our fire departments need to
They're gonna have to figure out something.
update.
It's not gonna be up to them. It's gonna be up to these car manufacturers to figure out how to
It's
extinguish
the car manufacturers who's creating the batteries and the fire department, because they're the ones that's gonna have to put out those fires.
I understand, but
they're the ones
if you have a
that
product,
they have no training.
If you have a product that you're placing on the streets, you're gonna have to tell people how to put this product out and figure out the best way.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why the fire department and these manufacturers have to work together to figure out what they can do to combat the fires when they happen.
Yeah, because it's really bad. They're really bad. And when they start, it's really, really bad. So I also want to talk about, I don't have a picture for this though, but they think it's a coup happening over there in Ukraine right now with the Russians versus themselves.
The rebellion that's going on.
So look, you guys, if you want to look into that, it looks like it's a coup in Russia, and they're going against Putin. It looks like they're sick of this war, man, and they're sick of being sent to the front lines on false pretense. So we'll see what's going on with that. We're gonna keep our eye on it, but it looks like it may go down. We got Andrew Tate. He appeared in a Romanian court to face his rape and human trafficking charges. Dude, he blew up online talking about his, I think he had misogynistic views, but for some reason people loved him anyway. He was exploiting women, and they got him and his brother. So we'll see what happens on this, man. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on it, but I think, dude, he was a professional kickboxer before at time from Romania, but he says he's innocent and they have no evidence. But this is an alleged case that they're putting towards him. What stories you got?
This week we're going to talk about how the Phoenix police have arrested a man who called the officer a dumbass.
Isn't it freedom of speech in America? Can't you say what you want to?
Yes.
I know they've been called worse.
Yes, they have.
You know what I'm saying? I know he's been called worse.
I've called him worse.
Right.
We probably all have.
For real.
Right. But Kenneth McDonald was arrested on August 2nd of 2022.
Oh.
As he continued to ride his bike by a pair of on-duty officers parked at the main Phoenix Police Union and was yelling insults at them.
So they went on and took him out.
Yeah, they went on and took him out.
So are they in trouble for the physical way that they arrested him and everything?
Yes, very much so. The McDonald arrest was not a high profile case.
No, this is crazy.
This is the very first story that's come out on it.
That's crazy.
There was nobody was injured, nobody severely injured.
Right.
Let's say that.
But still,
nobody was killed, no shots were fired. So, that's why there was not a press release or any news.
But still, they going after somebody just because somebody called them a name.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on, what is this, high school?
Exactly.
Quit it.
So they're saying that while arrests like his don't they fly under the radar most of the time. So meaning that, they really don't get released or no information is known about them.
Right.
Cases like this do tend to grab the attention of federal investigators.
Oh yeah, they're under federal investigation right now.
Yes, they are. The federal probe has been open for 22 months now. And
it's going to be bad too.
During the time, the DOJ has finalized similar investigations into two other police departments.
Minnesota came out; it was horrible.
Minneapolis. I knew I was going to fuck it up. And Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville. They don't say the IS. They just say Louisville. But
they're saying that those two cities were the results of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd.
And both of those probably came out with. I know Minneapolis came out with horrible results.
It says Phoenix, their final reports highlighted multiple lesser known cases similar to McDonald's as a problematic example of excessive, aggressive, and retaliatory policing.
How you gonna retaliate on somebody because they call you dumb? You the police. Quit it. What's going on, man?
And I watched a little bit of the video from the incident.
Mm-hmm.
And dude really was just riding his bike, talking to him, yelling at him. They all standing out. Dude gets in his car, about to, turn off, and dude's riding his bike on the sidewalk or whatever, and almost hit the dude. And dude taps on the window of the car and says, just taps on the window. Police officer gets out and he goes, where are you going? There's people over here that need help.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, you're obstructing police investigations. I'm on my way to a call right now, or something like that. And, he was like, you're a dumbass. Boop, boop, boop. Arrested him.
Now he got time. Now he got time.
Now he got time.
Right.
They smashed his, it was 104 degrees outside that day.
Mm.
They had his face all smushed into the ground. He was all bloody in the face. They forced
What did they need
him?
him? What did he need
They
help
were trying
though?
to get his fingerprints.
What did they need help? What did he say he need help though?
He was just saying it was people over there that needed help, which was basically the homeless people that was over there in the encampment that needed help.
Okay.
So he was trying to get the attention for the police, or, yelling insults at the police or whatever. And they arrested him, beat him up, made his face all bloody.
Mm-hmm.
And the police was trying to get him to
take fingerprints.
Take a fingerprint.
And you can. That was another thing. You can't force someone to take fingerprints if they don't want to.
In the policy in Arizona, in the law, that they cannot.
You can't do that. Period.
Force people to give a fingerprint.
Right.
And that's exactly what they did. They forced him to provide a fingerprint by pushing him to the ground, smushing him in his face, causing injury to him and all this. But I just wanted to, bring that to light because that was a story that.
Yeah,
not make news.
No, it don't make news. We need to do. I need to figure out a better way for us to get on stories like that, man, because it happens, and it's somehow we have to be able to get to those reports before all these other places do, because I don't know if they can just sweep these things. It happens, so it has to be some type report that we can get to. We're gonna figure these things out, man. But anyway, you want to go into the hot mess?
We definitely can.
You know what you want to run, Elijah?
Hollywood hot mess.
Have like a little fire on it.
Yep. Gotcha.
Run it.
Get ready for the week's Hollywood hot mess with Iesha Rowan. Sponsored by
no one. But if you are looking for some healthy snacks, please visit www.habarientertainment.com and click on the banner at the top of the screen for Naked Nutrition. You do get 15% off of your very first purchase, and purchases after that will help us build our studio out better. All right. This week's Hollywood hot mess is none other than Juicy Smollett. No, I'm just playing. It's Jesse Smollett. I'm messing up the name, but oh well. This week, Jesse is directing a new film with Vivica A. Fox.
Ooh. Sorry. It's Vivica.
Jesse, it says Jesse has a lot of balls in the air, but at the same time, he's appealing his conviction in his hoax hate crime. Okay. So while he's directing this new movie with a big star, the star happens to be one of his biggest supporters. Jesse was in his element on Thursday in Orange County on the movie set for The Lost Holiday. And the film is set to star Vivica A. Fox. However, if his appeal fails, Jesse will have to spend 5 months in jail. And the appeal has been continued 5 times so far. But the courts have finally said no more continuations. And they have set a hearing for December for the hoax hate crime.
Well,
what are your thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts on that dude. For real, dog. I wish he'd just go away, really and truly. That's what I'll be happy about. When his story ends and his 15 minutes of fame is over.
But his 15 minutes of fame is him directing a movie that's starring Vivica A. Fox.
Man, it's going to be whack.
I don't even know what's going on with it, but I might check it out just because of Vivica.
Just because Vivica in it?
I mean, once it's on Netflix and stuff,
Man,
I ain't going
it's
no
going
theater
straight to
for nothing.
Tubi, dog.
Oh yeah,
Thank
I might free TV. I can check it out on free TV too.
Right.
I might check it out.
All right, y'all. But that ain't all we got in the Hollywood hot mess this week.
What other messes do we got in Hollywood?
Carson Wentz makes the Hollywood hot mess.
No, leave us alone. What we got?
Carson Wentz kills a black bear with a bow and arrow.
Was he hunting?
No.
I mean, because that's normal.
There's not a picture for that one, right?
There should be. He posted one.
Nah, we didn't. I don't think we brought it up. My bad.
Stop it.
But Carson Wentz kills a black bear. Where was it at?
In Alaska.
Oh, hey man, was he not supposed to do this, or?
It says the former Super Bowl champ showed off his kill on Friday with a photo of a black bear and his Hoyt archery bow on a grassy field in the last frontier.
Well, you know that a lot of people don't like that stuff, but
they really
unfortunately in Alaska they let you do those type things, and you can kill some of those. But I understand people hate when they make those big kills and they pose with them and stuff.
Right.
People don't.
And
like
this is
that
the
stuff.
caption that he used with the post.
Yeah.
He said, "I got the opportunity to spot and stalk black bear in one of our new favorite places on earth."
Yeah. See, yeah,
Alaska.
they let you do that stuff. Like the population gets kind of high, so they let you take a few out.
Right.
You know, it's a couple, but I don't agree with it. But hey, you know,
I mean, what was the purpose of killing the black bear if it wasn't a sport?
yes, that's what it is. They're hunting. That's what they do.
No,
that's what they do.
What it is. It was.
I
think he was just doing it for fun. I don't think he was doing it for a sport. I just think he was doing it just because he can.
No, it's sport, and they
well, no, I mean that's basically the same thing, though.
Right?
Technically,
he
when
can.
you get on that kind of level of wealth, I got the money to do it. Let's go play this sport.
Exactly.
Let's go hunt some bears.
Yep.
I guess.
I don't agree with it.
Right, like. Can y'all just move the bears to somewhere else?
Well, unfortunately, man, people like killing stuff. Do you have another bracelet? Don't break this one. So you, what you have? All right. So let's go into the sports. Can you tell? It has a little gold line, little baseball thing on it.
It's right there. Boom. Got it.
Habari Sports.
News this week. Also, big news. We have Bradley Beal in Phoenix. That was a big story. That's big. So big trades, man. You know, we got Wembanyama going number 1 to San Antonio. Brandon Miller number 2. Scooter to Portland.
Did you see that dude out there on the court when he did the little show for the Spurs?
With you talking about the dude from ESPN
and his little t-shirt jersey tucked in.
Dude was tripping, but he always tripping though. He also had Wembanyama cut in the back of his head.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he
he had on the cowboy boots with his jean shorts.
He was wilding.
And the jean shorts was above his kneecaps.
He was wilding. But we got the Thompson brothers. They went Ammon and Asor going 4 and 5. So we also had we got Porzingis and Smart being traded, swapping spaces. Porzingis going to Celtics, Smart to Memphis. So, you know what I'm saying? Big deals this for hoop so far, man. And it's kind of crazy offseason already. So we'll see what we have going on. We want to see how much more the Suns build out their roster. Because right now, when we looking kind of bare. It does not look like Ayton is going anywhere, man. They're not going to trade Ayton. From what everybody's saying, that there's no way that's unlikely that they're going to trade that G. A lot of people want him traded, but to me it doesn't make sense. It's not too many good centers out here. Unfortunately, the center landscape is whack. So he's one of the better ones. Believe it or not, he's probably a top 5 center in this top 10 center in this day. So we have to keep him, unfortunately. But it was a good draft. That all stuff went good, and I thought it was pretty cool. But I can't wait to see Bradley Beal here in the team, to see all them all together and see how that works out. But let's go to the comic books real fast so we can play this game and get up out of here.
Cool.
It's the little girl.
Yep.
Comic Book Corner. Sponsored by
Secret Invasion was pretty good, man. Samuel L. Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn, and I think that's how you do it. He plays Talos. Kingsley Ben Adir. We got a couple other people in there. Killing Scott, Samuel. I'm messing all their names up, but it's a good show, man. I thought it was pretty good. Marvel needed something like this.
That episode had me on my toes the
man.
entire episode.
And Don Cheadle will be reprising his role also. So I really thought it was good. I did see some bad reviews on it, man, but I don't really agree. I thought everybody played their part well. I thought it's going in a good direction. We'll see what happens for the rest of this series, but to me, it looks like it's going a good direction, man. And I think everybody should check out Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. I think it comes out every Wednesday. Check it on out. And
I think that's one I might actually try to stay up to date with too. Actually, myself.
Yeah, man, it's. I think it's pretty good, man.
I'm curious about this next wave of movies. So I know this is going to be like a connector to it.
Yeah. It should
kind of.
Hopefully, they give us some information when they do San Diego Comic-Con.
They're not going to be there at all.
What?
No, they're not coming.
They already announced the next 2 phases.
Yeah.
Disney dropped out of Comic-Con this year?
But Marvel did, for sure. I don't know if Disney did all the way, but Marvel isn't coming.
What?
Nah. They have to put everything on hold. So they really don't have anything to announce. They just gonna we'll catch y'all next year, bro. So other than that, that's it, man. You wanna run the game?
Yep, let's do it.
You know how to add it in, Elijah? You want to show
know
them how to
that
add it
one.
in?
Should I
Or do you know how?
Run the intro for it first, though, right?
Go ahead, run a commercial real fast.
A commercial.
Just because they try to
Welcome. A couple things.
Has
and bag everybody.
We're gonna go ahead and get into playing some trivia. I hope you're good in trivia because it's all on you.
Oh Lord. Test my wisdom. I don't know nothing. I know nothing.
Demi, what are you doing? Come here. So we gonna go ahead and give Demi a quick shout out. Be her birthday in a couple of days. The big 2 on the 27th. Say yay. No. You can't figure out which one it is?
I can't. You're not going to be spoiled at all. Yes. Afterwards. What you doing for her birthday?
We got a little party we're going right now.
Yeah.
We're going to go to right in a minute.
Nice.
We can't figure it out.
You're going to have a birthday pretty soon. All grown up.
all these need to be deleted.
All right, go ahead. Go over there. Put it on her.
Leave these tinies alone.
That's going to be a nice little project for you.
Let's get ready to play trivia for Loot. Sponsored by
All right. I think we finally ready, y'all. Okay.
This one. I
So,
can click it.
in the trivia game, there are a total of 10 questions. If you get 7 out of the 10 correct, what's the gift we got today?
Free T-shirts.
All right. Question 1. Globe and Jerusalem are types of what?
Huh?
Influence. Influence.
Are types of what?
I'm gonna say influence. I have no idea. Look, that's what I say. You know, wisdom means ultimate wisdom means I know nothing at all.
I want to say cities.
Cities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
What?
And
Towns.
no.
I mean, there's always more than one way to skin a cat. Just saying.
They are
Town.
types of artichokes.
Oh my
Artichoke.
goodness.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
a
you
Jerusalem
going there, huh?
artichoke.
I'm not
You
an
going
artichoke
there?
fan.
Okay.
What?
Artichokes. I had no idea. It's not growing in my garden.
All right. According to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth?
Aphrodite.
Gaia.
I would say
Yeah.
Aphrodite. I would agree. Isis.
Nope.
No.
Both wrong.
Both wrong.
Oh my goodness.
That would be Pandora.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
You don't want to open Pandora's box.
Yeah.
No.
Who invented
Invented
scissors?
scissors.
Edward.
Look, I am just yes. It's funny.
Dang, that's a tough one.
I wasn't ready, y'all. I'm
I'ma
just
say
saying, I don't know.
I'ma say it's got to be somewhere in
Oh, yeah,
Asia.
don't open that.
I'm gonna say the Asian. So I'm gonna say Chinese.
Don't open
It was
that.
Chinese.
Shishor?
Chinese.
No. And no.
What?
That
What-
would be
Christopher Scorsese.
Leonardo da
What?
Vinci.
I was
He
close.
invented a
Oh,
lot
you're
of stuff too.
kidding.
I was close.
Wow.
He invented a lot of stuff, man.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
First blueprint for a helicopter.
Right. What country has the national language with the longest alphabet?
Afghanistan.
I'm gonna say India, man, because they names long as hell, bro.
Their names do be long.
Man, they be having like 45 characters in their first name.
I'm gonna say China.
No and no.
Mm.
That would be Cambodia.
What? That's
I wouldn't
weird.
even know
Losing
I
what
wouldn't.
here.
I would have never known that. So.
Losing.
They have 76 characters
And their alphabet.
in their alphabet.
Wow.
Wow.
How long do cicadas live underground
Wow.
before emerging above ground for just a few weeks?
I don't know, man, but they are the nastiest bugs, bro.
Disgusting.
Quince.
I've never seen. They're the ones that shed their whole skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And you will
they're
find, like, we
gross.
used to play with their skin, like
Ew.
put it on people and stuff.
Yep.
Put it on your back. You like
I'm gonna say 3.
We got 3, we got
Uh,
15, we got-
How long do cicadas live underground? I'm gonna say a few days, 2 days.
No, they live underground up to 17 years.
Oh wow.
What the hell?
I was close.
I knew them
knew it was
bugs was
something
weird,
crazy.
man.
I knew it was something crazy though.
That's gross.
Thank you.
17 years. That's crazy.
You trying to tell me our breath stink, Demi? What's going on?
Right.
Do something about that. You need to do something about that.
I can't chew gum and be on air. It's real bad. All right.
All right, next question. Where on the food pyramid do
Do
eggplants
eggplants-
belong?
It's a vegetable, right?
Is it a vegetable? Do you know the definition of a
In the
vegetable?
fruit.
A
category.
vegetable, I don't know the definition. I found a fruit has seeds. A vegetable is just
Fruit.
gross. I don't
Think
know.
about what
It
you
is
said.
in the fruit section.
Think about what you said though.
What? The eggplants have seeds?
Yes.
I didn't know
I
that.
cook with
I don't eat
eggplants
that shit,
often.
In the fruit section, I would have been wrong. I thought that was a vegetable, man.
Sorry, I was a cook for a while. So.
I think I know this.
What country has the highest number of citizens over the age 65?
My guess is China.
I was gonna say that, so I'll change it to Japan.
I would agree. I would say China.
It is Japan.
What?
Wow.
Damn. I got one.
It's hard, man.
1 and 1.
It's got to be one of them. Whatever those places that had the one child rule, is one of them because that's where they messed up. Jimmy,
What was the first and still only horror movie to win the Oscar for Best Picture?
I Married an Axe Murderer.
I'm gonna say Alfred Hitchcock's. What's his movie? Dun, dun, dun. What's that one?
The Exorcist.
I forget that one. He killed the lady in the shower. Alfred Hitchcock. Hitchcock.
Psycho?
Yeah, there you go.
Psycho.
Psycho. I'm gonna say Psycho.
Norman
That's
Bates.
a good one.
Mm-hmm. That was a good one.
It is,
Shining.
but it's not the answer.
What?
Shining.
It's not Shining either.
What? What is it?
It's
then?
going to be
I'm confused.
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah.
Wow, okay.
That was a
That's
good. That was a
that's
good movie.
choice. Good choice.
It was a good. It was a great movie. You forget that it's a horror because it's that good.
It's
you
that
forget,
good.
yeah. You forget
It is
that's a horror.
Could you imagine going through that? That's a horror.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's not set up like with scares, so you don't really think
Right.
of it as a horror. Yeah.
Wow.
But it is a horror movie.
Interesting.
She's just taking everything out these drawers.
Everything. All right. What movie is the first non-English film to win Oscar for Best Picture?
My Left Foot.
Desperado.
It's a real movie too. So,
Mommy, that's Demi's guess.
Right. Mommy.
that's hard.
No idea. Selena.
No.
Parasite.
Oh wow.
I don't even remember that movie. I don't remember that. I don't think I
Don't
seen
watch
that.
it.
Is that an Asian? Is it Asian?
Thank you.
I think they turned that into an anime too or something.
Okay. This is going to be our last and final question.
We missed every one of them, so it's pretty cool.
How many times has the movie A Star is Born been remade?
I never even heard of this
3.
movie, G. So I'm gonna give myself a womp womp. I don't even know what this movie is.
Me either. I'm gonna say 5 though. 5 feels like
Because
a
y'all
good
young.
number.
Y'all youngins.
Never heard of it.
You are close. It has been remade 4 times.
Wow.
I seen them.
I never heard of it.
All 4 of them?
No.
Oh.
Probably seen 2 or 3.
What?
Chris Christopherson and
Oh,
yeah, it's old.
yeah, it's old school.
That's, I'm just dating myself right now.
Chris
Y'all like what? I don't even know what this movie is.
I've seen a movie with Clint Eastwood before.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, he's cool, but I don't know.
Is it that?
I got questions on Clint. I think he's racist, but hey,
Oh, I was just trying to say I've seen
Yeah.
older movies before. I
yeah,
don't know if that's that same era or not.
I don't know. But thank you, Miss Wisdom, for playing. We appreciate it.
I didn't play very well. I just let y'all play. I'm just
Hey,
here.
we suck too. So we want to thank you for coming in.
you.
Really appreciate you being cool and here putting us through the news and everything and gracing us with your presence and your knowledge today. Let everybody know how to get in contact with you, how to follow you if they want to get some of your inspirational speakings that you give on your site, and let people know how to follow you and everything.
I am the one Wisdom Soul. THEONE
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom Soul on IG. Wisdom Soul Poet on Facebook.
Okay.
You could pretty much Google Wisdom Soul Poet, and it's okay. She is great, and I'm taking her with me. And you'll find me that way.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you
Hey.
so
She's
much
like,
for
"Oh."
having me. It's been a pleasure. You all are high tech. I'm gonna shout you out, Habari Entertainment.
Thank you.
And little Demi here for being the boss of the place.
She
and running it.
definitely
You got everything
is.
in order. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming,
Definitely
and
a
we really
pleasure and an honor.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank everybody for watching this week. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. No, next Saturday.
Saturday.
Peace out.
Holla, holla.